Good morning, everyone. I would like to begin by asking all of you to think of your favorite spot on campus. Why is it your favorite spot on campus? What truly connects you to the cubicle in the library, or the heat and the sun on the playing fields, or to the calm of Lake Kachikowick? And how did you discover this place anyway? Perhaps this place holds memories with friends that are dear to you. Maybe you scored your first goal here, or maybe you sang publicly for the first time here. You never would have found this spot if it weren't for taking your first steps. At some time in your Brooks career, you had to explore and let your feet guide you to new experiences, new places, and new people. You had to take one foot and step out of the box, slowly one at a time, and then take the next foot out. For some, the pace of these steps may have been really slow, and for others, it may have been quick. Either way, none of us would know who we are today without these steps. There are several paths that can be taken here at Brooks, and some are approaching the end of theirs, while others are just beginning. But we must keep moving. Despite the fact that our busy schedules and commitments do keep us moving and don't leave for much time to stop and feel like a kid anymore, we still are, all of us, no matter what age. Do you remember when you were 5 and even though chocolate ice cream was just a little bit too sweet for you, you still got it just because your best friend did? Or when you were 10 and you wanted to design your Converse, every single pair, and dye electric blue streaks in your hair? Well, at least I did. As kids, we went through several phases. We switched from sport to sport, or we cut our hair just a little bit too short. And I think that at Brooks, we can still do that. I think Brooks is just the place to do that. We have the opportunities here to try and do things we never thought we could. Audition for the musical. Try out that honors class. Travel to France. Go through these phases and make mistakes, because these mistakes will not define you, but rather they will guide you. The beginning of my path, my freshman year, was awkward and rocky, and I think it usually is for a lot of us. That first year, we were all pretty vulnerable to the challenges of high school, dealing with academics, trying to figure out who your friends really are, missing home, and maybe even losing yourself. But if there's anything I have learned and figured out that first year, however, it was to find happiness in the nervousness and the thrill of trying something different. At the beginning of each year, there is an activities fair. All the school clubs and organizations gather together and set up their own booth. You are allowed to roam around and to sign up for clubs that interest you. My freshman year, I barely roamed and I mostly signed up for a lot of clubs. I just completely went for it. Maybe too much for me to even handle, but this is how I advise you to spend your time at Brooks. Try everything. For students, the resources that are available to us are incredible, especially at this age. For teachers and adults, there is still time to teach something new, coach something new, and travel somewhere new. The most memorable experience I have had regarding trying something new actually occurred right in this very spot where I'm standing 3 years ago. My freshman year, I agreed to try something that terrified me. And so I agreed to reciting a speech on a Sunday night chapel. It was October, and some seniors actually might remember this if you're a boarder, and some faculty might. I know Marina definitely remembers this because every time we talk about it, she laughs so loudly in my face. She's doing it right now, right here. At the age of 14, I wrote a speech about teriyaki sauce. So, no, the whole speech wasn't about teriyaki sauce, and instead it was about my freshman year so far and what I was looking forward to in the next coming years, but still, really, Val? A passage in my speech discussed the new wonders of the dining hall, and that included the famous wok bar. For some reason, I was obsessed with using the soy sauce in my stir fry, and I took note of the fact that no one else did. And so Me being a freshman, I decided to question the school community about their choice of stir-fry sauce. In my chapel speech, and I quote, "Why doesn't anyone like the soy sauce here?" So that happened, and despite the very awkward silence I received then and the laughter I still receive now, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I even decided to stand at this very mic instead of denying the offer and remaining seated in a pew. Standing here 3 years ago and making a mistake actually motivated me to keep making more. We might be saying to ourselves, oh, I have so much time left here, but our time is very limited. I think it's important to be okay with exploring, even if it frightens us a little bit. For example, after that speech, I decided to give teriyaki sauce a try, and now I love it. So, being a school leader for this year is certainly an exploration. The other day, I was on the phone with a good friend of mine. I explained how I was nervous and excited for this year and this new prefect position, and I admitted to him my fears. We were only 4 days into the school year, so I definitely don't have this figured out. But after a period of silence, he said to me, "You're probably feeling like you are walking into a dark room, desperately searching for a light switch. I can imagine how scary that is because you can't see anything. But after some time, your eyes will start to adjust, right? The longer you stay in that room, the easier it becomes to see things. After some patience and endurance, you will start to see the things around you, and eventually, you will find that light switch." It is a simple analogy, one that might have been said before, but it was one that made me speechless in that moment. I wanted to share this with all of you because sometimes Brooks can feel that way. It is scary. New students might be feeling that right now. Seniors might be feeling that because of college. It's not like that light switch doesn't exist, though. It's there, and we can all find it together. So let's go back to your favorite spot that you thought of before. If you do have one, keep this place at heart. But I want you to challenge yourself to explore the 251 acres that we can call our home. Find another place. If you don't, open your eyes and look in all directions. I think instead of always running to keep up with the pace of Brooks, it's important to slow down. I don't want you to miss a thing. The beauty of this campus cannot be taken for granted. Wake up for a sunrise on the lake, or try to watch as many sunsets as you can. Appreciate all our campus has to offer, because as I have learned from our good friend Anna, it is important to be thankful and to enjoy life to its fullest. Thank you.
Please stand to sing hymn number 8, Morning Has Broken, found in your hymnals.